sending me a cease and desist letter anyways. I'm gonna sell it and I'm gonna buy a 980. $3 million car, and these are the noises it makes. It's not very nice. Alright, there's a couple things wrong with this picture over here. One, these are ridiculous shoes that I'm wearing. I have to wear these shoes to be able to drive the car, but we'll get to that later. And the fact that we're done fueling up, but we still need to wait about 20 minutes for the car to cool down. It's just so goddamn hot here in Vegas and the car's overheating. Even though I just picked up the car yesterday from the dealer after a $27,000 service where they did replace the water pump, so it's got nothing to do with the car. It's just it cannot handle these heats. I guess it must be a lot cooler in Italy. It's 105 degrees today, which is about 40 degrees Celsius. So anyway, we're gonna head up to the mountains once the car cools down. We get some cool mountain canyon driving and obviously donuts, power sliding, drifting, all that stuff. See what the car can do, because this is my first time actually driving the car. I've driven it 3 times before this, but never really got into it. So I'm excited to see what the car can do. Warm still, so we're waiting to go up to the hills where it's like 30 degrees cooler. Over there I can push it, but I love the noises this car makes. One thing I hate about this car though, which is very common for Italian cars in this era, my wrists are angled. Look at my feet. My feet are to the right. So I sit center here. The steering wheel is to the right, and my feet are even more offset than the steering wheel. And it's like this, so just as you guys are sitting down right now, literally do this. Take your hands, move them 3 inches to the right, angle them like this, angle your wrist, and then shift your legs to the right. Imagine driving this car in that position. A car that already like has you on the edge because it's like so valuable, it's so limited, it's so special and unique. But now you're also not comfortable driving the car. Like, what kind of a stupid ass position is this? I'm not the biggest guy. I'm 6 foot, 210 pounds, but I'm a little too big for this car. And another thing, as like any of you like race car drivers will know, when you sit, your wrists are supposed to be at the top of the steering wheel and they're supposed to drift down. But I can't get that close because my knees are literally touching the steering wheel. So if I get any closer, my thighs are gonna be up the steering wheel's ass. So, I don't know. I hate the driving position, but I love the car. Definitely one of the best looking cars ever made. This and like the Zonda are like my top 2 by far. Another thing I hate, which is the reason why I'm wearing these stupid shoes, is the steering column is right above the clutch and the brake pedal, which is okay in its normal offset position, but as soon as you depress the clutch, it goes up here and it starts rubbing against the steering column. So when you're making a U-turn, if you're parking, you know, pulling out of your driveway, and these brakes, there's more. If you're making a U-turn, you know, where you have to have the clutch in first gear, you know, you're trying to park the car, making a 3-point turn, whatever the hell it is, the steering column is literally turning up against your foot. So the first time I drove this car, I got out and like my shoe had like a bunch of grease on it. So you can't wear white shoes with this car. You have to wear these Ferrari driving shoes and look like a douchebag. And also the car doesn't have the best AC system, so bring some napkins because it gets hot in here. But let's go! Love this car. Okay, semi-truck. Okay.
I want to give a huge shout out to today's sponsor for our video, CF Moto. Now, if you guys don't know who they are, they provide and manufacture world-class side-by-sides and ATVs. Choose from over 6 ATVs and 6 different side-by-sides, but the one I personally have my eye on is the C-Force 950 HOEX. Now, that one is perfect for the up-and-coming hunting season. The one Mario has his eye on is the Z-Force 950 HOEX, which lets you ride confidently over any terrain, especially everything rugged. If you guys are in the market for an ATV or a side-by-side that's not going to break the bank, head on over to cfmoto.com, go to the dealer tab, and find the nearest dealer to you. Bam!
Alright, so the car is seriously overheating. It turned off at the light back there. It's at like 75% heat level. That's the best way I know how to describe it. 75% heat level. So that was embarrassing behind the red light, trying to like turn it back on. It took like a minute for it to turn back on. But I really can't drive in Vegas streets. Hurry up, man. So mountains that way. As long as it makes it 5 miles, it's 20-30 degrees cooler over there. So over there I can drive, here I can't. Let's hope it makes it.
Later.
Not a fun car to drive here in Las Vegas. Oh, here's Bernice. Okay, we're gonna give it like 10 minutes, let it cool down, but the air is cooler here, so maybe the car just needs a nice little reset. Engine off, just coasting now. This is how we cool the car down. Smart. Think smarter. Work smarter, my friend, not harder. Please make it. make it. Oh, come on, 10 miles an hour. Maybe we ask Bernice to push. No, it's not gonna make it. Will it make it? I don't want to turn the engine on. Come on, please go.
It's not making it.
Ah, no, so close. God damn it. Bro, it is like red hot.
Oh, it is hot. So like, how do you like the F40?
Oh, it's awesome. It's such a good roller, bro. All this horsepower in the back, and it's no good. Can't do shit with it. So it's cool.
Ah, you was costing, huh?
It's I'm cruising 40 miles an hour. You know, I could be doing this in a Honda Civic, but honestly, would a Honda Civic be as uncomfortable as this car? No. So this car's special. Paid $2.7 million to be uncomfortable. A good race car driver now. Finally, my hands are where they're supposed to be, but my knees is up my ass. It's not good. All right, fun video, huh, so far? All right, listen, we got a cool donut spot, but the car needs to cool down. And honestly, if I could be like 100% truthful, I don't like the car. I love everything about this car, but you know, the things that make the car so great are the things that make it miserable and terrible. I've realized after owning this car that yes, it's nostalgic, it's cool. You know, they say never drive your childhood dream car because it will disappoint you. I drove a Countach, I didn't like it. I drove a CGT, I don't know, I don't see the hype. I drove this thing, I love the way it looks, but man, it sucks. So, I was in the market for a 918 or a Senna, and then this car presented itself to me because Houston needed to clear up some space to buy his Koenigsegg. So he's like, you want to buy it? I was like, yeah, absolutely. You know, I love this car. He goes, drive it first, make sure you like it. I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, I'm like, Houston, you just being a bro, like race car driver, blah, blah, blah. You know, it's too raw for you. But anyway, I drove it, and then like the first day I drove it, I was like, obviously very nervous. It's someone else's car. I didn't like it too much, but I thought maybe it's just because it's someone else's car. I just need some time to get used to the car. It's my fourth time driving the car. I put like 100 miles on the car so far today, and I haven't enjoyed maybe enjoy like 2 of the 100 miles. So I'm gonna ship it down to California. Driving in California, it's cooler over there. Maybe it doesn't overheat over there, but if it overheats in California, it's just summer's too hot for this car. Then I'm gonna sell it and I'm gonna buy a 918 because that's really where my heart's at. Ferrari's sending me a cease and desist letter anyway. So apparently when the car was at the dealership, Ferrari of North America was asking a bunch of questions about this car specifically. They want to know, you know, which VIN number I own and blah, blah, blah. And I think it's because of rap. I thought it was a joke when all you guys would comment, Ferrari's gonna send you a cease and desist letter because of the rap. But apparently it's happening. So if that happens, that'd be actually good because I won't be heartbroken selling the car. Because honestly, if Ferrari doesn't want my business, f them, right? So if that's the case, I'll get rid of it, no problem. I'll buy a Porsche, I'll buy a McLaren, buy something else. But I don't know, comment below what car you guys would want to see me in. What hypercar I should buy if I sell this car.
Pretty rare.
What are those?
Hi. I feel like such a douche.
Do a jump.
He's got no power? place in Vegas where I can like maybe drive this car is up here, Mount Charleston, 8,000 feet elevation. Obviously, it's a twin turbo car. The air's too, like, it's not dense enough over here, right? It's too light, so the car feels like it's running on 300 horsepower. A turbo car needs dense air, you know, to push and blah, 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 and to make the horsepower. That's how a turbo car works, blah, 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 makes horsepower. But, yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know if I like the car. I really don't know if I like this car. It's like, you drive it 5 minutes, you gotta pull over, let it cool for 20 minutes, drive for 5 minutes and all that, and the only place I could drive it, it has 300 horsepower. So I'm gonna send it down to California, drive it over there, make sure I can drive this car. If not, I have to sell this thing. It's downhill here, so I can push it a little. I'm coasting downhill, engines off, letting the cool air cool the car down. 10 seconds of this, and then we'll give it a rip. Buy an F40, they said. It'll be fun, they said. Dude, it's insane when the turbos just kick in. It's like no power, and then just whoa. I don't know these roads, man. That's so much fun. That's 120 out of nowhere. So it's got like no power, then tires are like 1980s technology, man. Fucking stuff. Let's go. Woo! 140. It's downhill, so it's kind of cheating. But it's fun. Alright, it's getting hot. It's getting hot. We gotta pull it down. I don't know, man. This car is like, it's fun. It's amazing. It's such a thrill. But I don't trust the car. The driving and all that. Mario's doing this. The batteries are done. I gotta go. Anyway, so this car has no ABS. If you're wondering what no ABS means, all four tires just grip. And you got flat. You feel the flat spots. You get flat spotted. So no anti-lock and brake system. So it doesn't slow it down like that.